I just discovered 7 hidden gold mines in California real estate that nobody is talking about. And if you invest in these markets right now, you could see returns. That will change your life forever, while everyone else is focused on the obvious markets that are already overpriced. I found the secret locations where smart money is quietly moving in, and property values are about to explode. You've probably heard that California real estate is too expensive, too risky, too saturated. That's exactly what they want you to think while they scoop up properties in places like Ladera Ranch, where there's a 156% investor feeding frenzy happening right now, or Montecito, where celebrity money is driving median home prices to 5.2 million and climbing fast. I'm about to reveal the exact 7 cities where you can still get in before the crowd discovers them. And here's the best part. Every 2 minutes throughout this video, I'm going to drop a real estate investing tip that could save you thousands or make you tens of thousands on your next deal. These aren't basic tips you can find anywhere else. These are insider strategies I use to dominate markets before anyone else even knows they exist. From wine country charm in Paso Robles with massive short-term rental potential to Redding, where remote work migration is boosting demand like crazy, to the Inland Empire's sleeper hit Riverside, where new developments and proximity to LA are creating the perfect storm for investors. I found the sweet spots where you can still buy low and sell high, while everyone else is chasing yesterday's opportunities. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 7 California markets are about to take off, how to identify similar gold mines in your own area, and most importantly, the specific strategies to maximize your returns in each location. Plus, those real estate tips every 2 minutes are going to give you an unfair advantage over 99% of other investors who are still doing things the old way. Ladera Ranch. If you've never heard of this place, you're not alone, but investors who have discovered it are experiencing what I call an investor feeding frenzy factor of 156.62%. Let me explain what that means and why it should matter to you. Ladera Ranch is a master-planned community in Orange County that was designed from the ground up to be perfect for families. We're talking about tree-lined streets, top-rated schools, community pools, hiking trails, and that suburban dream that California families are desperately seeking. But here's what makes it special for investors. This isn't just another suburban development. This is a community that was planned with long-term value creation in mind. The developers didn't just throw up houses and hope for the best. They created an ecosystem that attracts and retains the exact type of residents that make real estate investments profitable. Young families with dual incomes move to Ladera Ranch and they stay. They don't treat it as a stepping stone to somewhere else. They treat it as their destination. And when residents stay long-term, it creates stability in property values and consistent demand for both sales and rentals. But here's where it gets interesting for investors. The master-planned nature of Ladera Ranch means there's limited supply. You can't just build more Ladera Ranch. The community is essentially built out, which means supply is fixed while demand continues to grow. Smart investors are targeting two strategies here. First, family-focused flips. They're buying older properties in the community, updating them with the features that modern families want, and selling them to buyers who are willing to pay premium prices to live in this specific community. Second, long-term rentals. Corporate relocations to Orange County are constant, and executives with families don't want to live in apartments. They want single-family homes in communities like Ladera Ranch. These tenants pay premium rents, stay for years, and take care of properties like they own them. The investor feeding frenzy factor of 156.62% means that investor activity in Ladera Ranch is more than double the California average. When smart money concentrates in one area like this, it's usually a sign that something big is happening. But Ladera Ranch is just the beginning. Our next hidden gold mine takes us into a world where celebrities and billionaires play, but savvy investors are finding ways to profit alongside them. Montecito. When you hear this name, you probably think of Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, and Prince. Harry and Meghan Markle. You think of estates that cost more than most people will earn in a lifetime. You think of a market that's completely out of reach for normal investors. You'd be wrong. Montecito has become what I call a speculative battlefield, and investors who understand the game are making fortunes. The median home price is $5.2 million and climbing. But that doesn't mean you need $5 million to profit from this market. Here's what's happening. Ultra-high net worth individuals are buying properties in Montecito, not just as homes, but as trophies. They're competing with each other to own the most prestigious addresses, the most spectacular views, the most exclusive properties. This competition is driving prices up at rates that would be unsustainable in any normal market. But Montecito isn't a normal market. It's a luxury ecosystem where normal economic rules don't apply. When billionaires are bidding against each other, price becomes almost irrelevant. What matters is exclusivity, prestige, and bragging rights. Smart investors are finding three ways to profit from this dynamic. First, high-end luxury flips. They're buying properties that need updating, investing in world-class renovations and selling them to buyers who want move-in-ready luxury. The profit margins on these deals can be enormous because the buyers aren't price-sensitive. Second, vacation rentals. Montecito attracts visitors who want to experience the lifestyle temporarily. They're willing to pay thousands of dollars per night to stay in properties that give them a taste of how the ultra-wealthy live. A well-positioned vacation rental in Montecito can generate more income in a weekend than most rentals generate in a month. Third, prestige buys. Some investors are buying properties in Montecito purely for the appreciation potential. They're betting that as more billionaires discover the area and as supply remains limited, prices will continue to climb at rates that outpace traditional investments. The key to Montecito is understanding that you're not just buying real estate, you're buying into a brand, a lifestyle, and a market dynamic that's driven by ego and emotion as much as economics. But not every hidden gold mine requires millions of dollars to enter. Our next market proves that you can find incredible opportunities in places that most people associate with relaxation, not real estate riches. Paso Robles. Wine country charm with rising investor interest. If you've been to Paso Robles, it has that magical combination of rolling hills, world-class wineries, and small-town charm that makes people fall in love instantly. But what you might not know is that investors are quietly building portfolios here that are generating returns most people only dream about. Paso Robles is underrated compared to Napa Valley, but that's exactly what makes it attractive to smart investors. Napa prices have reached levels that make it difficult to generate positive cash flow. Paso Robles offers similar lifestyle appeal at a fraction of the cost, and that gap is closing rapidly. The wine tourism industry in Paso Robles is exploding. New wineries are opening constantly. Wine festivals are drawing visitors from around the world, and the area is being discovered by people who want the wine country experience. Without the Napa Valley price tag, this tourism boom is creating incredible opportunities for short-term rental investors. Properties that can accommodate groups of wine tourists are booking solid throughout the year. We're talking about occupancy rates above 80% and nightly rates that would shock you. But it's not just about short-term rentals. Paso Robles is also attracting permanent residents who are drawn by the lifestyle appeal. Remote workers who can live anywhere are choosing Paso Robles for the quality of life. Retirees who want to be near wine country but don't want to pay Napa prices are moving here in droves. The result is a market that's experiencing appreciation from multiple demand sources simultaneously. Tourism demand is driving short-term rental income. Lifestyle migration is driving long-term appreciation. And limited supply is ensuring that both trends can continue for years. Investors who understand this dynamic are positioning themselves to profit from all three trends. They're buying properties that work as short-term rentals during peak tourism seasons and long-term rentals during slower periods. They're targeting properties with expansion potential that can be improved to capture even more of the tourism. Market. The key to Paso Robles is recognizing that you're not just investing in real estate. You're investing in a lifestyle destination that's still in the early stages of being discovered. But what if I told you that some of the best opportunities aren't in wine country or celebrity enclaves? What if the biggest returns are actually in places that most people consider boring? Our next hidden goldmine proves that sometimes the best investments are hiding in plain sight. Redding, gateway to Northern California's nature. When most people think of Redding, they think of it as a place you drive through on your way to somewhere else. They think of it as a small city in the middle of nowhere with nothing special to offer. They couldn't be more wrong. Redding is experiencing a transformation that's creating incredible opportunities for investors who are paying attention. This city is becoming the gateway to Northern California's outdoor recreation paradise, and that positioning is driving demand in ways that most people don't understand. First, there's the remote work migration. The pandemic proved that many jobs can be done from anywhere, and workers who have that flexibility are choosing places like Redding for the quality of life. They can afford larger homes, they're surrounded by natural beauty, and they're still within driving distance of major cities when they need urban amenities. But it's not just remote workers. Redding is also attracting retirees who want to be near outdoor recreation but don't want to pay resort town prices. They're buying homes with cash. They're not dependent on local employment, and they're creating a stable base of demand that supports property values. The outdoor recreation economy in Northern California is booming, and Redding is perfectly positioned to benefit. Shasta Lake, Lassen National Park, and countless hiking and fishing destinations are all within easy reach. This is attracting visitors who need places to stay and residents who want to be part of the outdoor lifestyle. For investors, Redding represents an affordable entry point with strong appreciation potential. Property prices are still reasonable compared to most of California, but they're rising as more people discover the area. Rental yields are strong because demand is growing faster than supply. The key insight about Redding is that it's benefiting from a broader trend toward lifestyle-focused living. People are prioritizing quality of life over proximity to traditional job centers, and places like Redding are the beneficiaries. Smart investors are targeting properties that appeal to both the remote work crowd and the outdoor recreation market. They're looking for homes with space for home offices, properties with outdoor appeal, and locations that offer easy access to recreational activities. But Redding is just one example of how demographic shifts are creating opportunities in unexpected places. Our next hidden goldmine shows how proximity to major markets can create incredible value, even in areas that most people overlook. Riverside, the Inland Empire's sleeper hit. If you've been following California real estate for any length of time, you've probably heard about the Inland Empire. But most people focus on cities like San Bernardino or Fontana. They're missing the real opportunity, which is happening in Riverside. Riverside is experiencing what I call the proximity premium effect. It's close enough to Los Angeles to benefit from LA's economic growth, but far enough away to offer affordable housing and room for expansion. This combination is creating a perfect storm for real estate investors. New developments are going up constantly in Riverside, but they're not just throwing up cheap housing. Developers are building communities that attract the type of residents who drive long-term property value growth. We're talking about master-planned communities with amenities, shopping centers, and infrastructure that supports sustained growth. The proximity to LA is crucial because it means Riverside can attract residents who work in LA but want more space and affordability. The commute is manageable, especially with remote and hybrid work becoming more common. But the cost of living difference is dramatic. This dynamic is attracting to types of buyers that are gold for real estate investors. First-time homebuyers who are priced out of LA but still want to be within commuting distance. These buyers are motivated. They're often pre-approved for financing, and they're looking for move-in-ready properties. Second, cash buyers who are treating Riverside as an investment market. They're buying properties to rent to the first group, or they're buying properties to flip to the first group. Either way, they're creating liquidity and competition that drives up property values. The key to Riverside is understanding that you're investing in a growth story. That's just getting started. The infrastructure improvements, the new developments, and the demographic trends are all pointing towards sustained growth for years to come. Investors who get in now are positioning themselves to benefit from multiple appreciation drivers: population, growth, infrastructure investment, proximity to major employment centers, and affordability compared to coastal markets. But not all hidden gold mines are about proximity to major cities. Sometimes the best opportunities are in places that are growing because of their own unique economic drivers. Our next market proves that agricultural regions can be real estate gold mines. If you know what to look for: Visalir, Central Valley Growth Corridor. Most people think of the Central Valley as farmland and nothing else. They drive through it on Interstate 5 and see nothing but crops and small towns. They're missing one of the most compelling real estate investment opportunities in California. Visalia is the heart of the Central Valley Growth Corridor, and it's experiencing the kind of fundamental economic growth that creates generational wealth-building opportunities. This isn't just about agriculture anymore. This is about logistics, distribution, manufacturing, and the infrastructure that supports California's economy. The Central Valley's location makes it perfect for distribution and logistics operations. Companies that need to serve both Northern and Southern California are establishing major facilities in places like Visalir. These aren't minimum wage jobs. These are skilled positions that pay well and attract workers who can afford to buy homes. But here's what makes Visalia special. For investors, the housing supply hasn't caught up with the job growth. Companies are moving operations to the Central Valley faster than developers can build housing for the workers. This supply-demand imbalance is creating incredible opportunities for investors who understand the dynamics. Low inventory plus rising prices equals strong rental yields and long-term upside. Properties that cash flow positively from day one while also appreciating in value. This combination is rare in California real estate, but it's exactly what's happening in Visalia right now. The agricultural economy is also evolving in ways that support real estate values. Modern agriculture is high-tech, high-value, and requires skilled workers. The days of seasonal farm labor are being replaced by year-round operations that need permanent residents. Smart investors are targeting properties that appeal to the new Central Valley workforce. Homes near good schools for families, properties with space for home offices for remote workers, and rental properties that offer value compared to coastal markets. The key insight about Visalia is that it's benefiting from California's economic evolution. As the state's economy becomes more distributed and less concentrated in coastal cities, places like Visalia are becoming economic centers in their own right. But our final hidden gold mine might be the most surprising of all. It's a place that combines scenic beauty with suburban expansion in a way that's creating opportunities most investors never see coming. Yucaipa, scenic foothill town with suburban expansion. If you've never heard of Yucaipa, you're definitely not alone. But investors who have discovered this scenic foothill community are generating returns that would make Wall Street jealous. Yucaipa sits in the foothills of the San Bernardino Mountains, offering residents stunning views, clean air, and small town charm while still being within reasonable commuting distance of major employment centers. This combination is attracting families who want suburban living with a mountain town feel. But here's what makes Yucaipa special for investors. The town is experiencing controlled suburban expansion that's being driven by families seeking better school districts and family-friendly zoning. These aren't speculative buyers or investors. These are end users who are moving to Yucaipa too. The school districts in Yucaipa are highly rated, which is a huge draw for families with children. Parents will pay premium prices and drive longer commutes to get their kids into good schools. This creates a stable base of demand that supports property values even during economic downturns. Investors are targeting mid-tier properties in Ukaiper because that's where the highest ROI opportunities exist. These are properties that appeal to middle-class families but don't require luxury-level investment to improve. Simple updates and improvements can dramatically increase both rental income and resale value. The scenic location also creates opportunities for short-term rentals, targeting visitors who want to experience mountain living without staying in expensive resort areas. Families from Los Angeles and Orange County will pay good money to rent homes in Ukaiper for weekend getaways and longer vacations. But the real opportunity in Ukaipa is long-term appreciation, driven by suburban expansion as coastal California becomes increasingly expensive and crowded. Families are looking for alternatives that offer better value and quality of life. Ukaipa checks all the boxes. The key to Ukaipa is recognizing that it's in the early stages of a growth cycle that could last for decades. The natural beauty, the family-friendly environment, and the relative affordability are attracting residents who will drive sustained demand for housing. So there you have it, 7 hidden gold mines in California real estate that smart investors are quietly accumulating while everyone else chases overpriced markets in San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're rediving into a topic every homeowner dreams about: how to instantly boost your property's value. Whether you're planning to sell soon or just want to build equity for the future, these tips are pure gold. Let's jump right into our top 10 expert strategies to make your home worth more right now. First up, at number 10, let's talk curb appeal. You never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? A well-maintained lawn, a fresh coat of paint on the front door, and some strategically placed flowers can make a world of difference. It's a low-cost, high-impact upgrade that screams this home is loved and cared for. Coming in at number 9, a minor kitchen facelift. You don't need a full-blown 6-figure renovation. Think smaller. Refacing your cabinets, swapping out old hardware for something modern and sleek, or installing a new, stylish faucet can completely transform the space. Buyers love a kitchen that feels fresh and updated. At number 8, we have the power of paint. A fresh, neutral coat of paint is one of the cheapest and most effective ways to make your home feel clean, spacious, and new. Stick to popular colors like grays, beiges, and off. This creates a blank canvas, making it easier for potential buyers to envision themselves living there. Number 7 is all about lighting. Ditch those dated, dusty fixtures. Upgrading your lighting can dramatically change the mood of a room. Install modern fixtures, add dimmer switches for ambiance, and maximize natural light by keeping windows clean and using light, airy curtains. A bright, well-lit home feels bigger and more inviting. For our number 6 tip, upgrade your bathroom. Just like the kitchen, you don't need to gut the entire space. Simple changes like replacing a dated vanity, installing a new shower, or regrouting the tile can provide a massive return on your investment. A clean, modern bathroom is a huge selling point. We're halfway there. At number 5, get smart. I'm talking about smart home technology. A smart thermostat, a video doorbell, or smart lighting can add a wow factor that sets your property apart. These features signal to buyers that your home is modern, efficient, and secure. Number 4 is a big one. Declutter and depersonalize. This costs you nothing but your time. Go through your home, room by room, and remove excess furniture, personal photos, and clutter. This helps buyers focus on the home itself, not your stuff, and makes the space feel larger and more open. Our third most impactful tip is to focus on energy efficiency. Buyers are increasingly savvy about long-term costs. Upgrading to energy-efficient windows, adding insulation, or installing an Energy Star-rated water heater can be a major draw. You can market your home as not just beautiful, but also cost-effective to run. Runner-up at number 2, flooring. Old, worn-out, Carpets or scratched up floors are a major turnoff if you can replace them. Refinishing hardwood floors can bring them back to life, and installing new durable laminate or vinyl is a cost-effective way to make the entire house feel brand new from the ground up. And finally, the number one tip to instantly boost your property value is creating flexible space. With more people working from home, a dedicated office or a bonus room that can be used for multiple purposes is a game changer. Stage a spare bedroom as a home office or a workout area. Showing buyers how the space can adapt to their lifestyle adds incredible value. So, there you have it, our top 10 tips to increase your home's value. A lot of these are simple weekend projects that can make a huge difference. Which one are you going to tackle first? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more real estate secrets. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.